And a one fish, two fish. And a one fish, two fish. And a one fish, two fish. And a red fish and a blue fish. And a red fish and a blue fish. Okay. That sound is as mediocre as ever. Okay. That sound is as mediocre as ever. Let's turn off Twitch. Let's go pop over here and check the sound on the YouTube. Let's turn off Twitch. Let's go pop over here and check the sound on the YouTube. Okay, I think this is working. Turn off Twitch. Let's go pop over here and check the sound on the YouTube. Okay, I think this is working. Turn off Twitch. Let's go pop over here and check the sound on the I'm still echoing on YouTube. All right. I refuse to let art steal my thunder. I'm playing with getting YouTube chats to post to Twitch and Twitch chats. I think I have to narrow this down, though. There's too much. I think it's a bit too much. That these gigantically long names isn't helping. Chris Coxbot, that's not too bad. Twitch chat. I don't know if I need actually to say Twitch chat, do I? I might narrow that down. Touching. Oh, that was like thanks for the shout out. And now I'm getting at least I can get the two chats to chat with each other now. On my side, it looks a little weird on because everybody's chatting on Twitch, so I'm seeing YouTube and everything says Chris Coxbot. And then it says who's speaking. And then Twitch, I think since nobody's seeing anything over on YouTube, should just more or less be normal. If I can just find my Twitch chat. Let's just double check to make sure it's not too crazy over there. It's not too crazy over there. I think it'll be fine. So this way the people in Twitch can see if anybody pops in YouTube. So I'm making progress on that end, getting my two chats. My problem is I see everything like doubled or tripled on my chat window. I have to figure out a way to not do that. Anyhow, back to where we were. We were working on the swimsuit thing. And it's another exciting day, I know, of morph making. When we last left off, we had just finished up the body morphs and the adjustment morphs for the Genesis 8. So today we've got the body morphs to do for the Genesis 9. Hopefully that doesn't go as long. And then we want to start working more on textures. So we've got our camera set up. We have got morphs done for one version. We've got morphs done for another. Then we'll test rigging. We probably won't get to that. So today it's making morphs. You're not going to know how to act in a few days. You're only going to have 3. Oh no! Only 3? What happened? Ice storm? And my brain stopped. You know what? With this, I could probably just put my YouTube chat or my Twitch chat back over here. I'm sorry, I'm still tweaking. Slowly but tweaking. I got a new command. I don't know. Tell me if you hear this.
Is that a salami in your pocket, or are you just glad to see me?
It's a salami.
No, I'm downsizing to one computer, getting tired of all the mess. All right, excellent. Did you hear that over on YouTube? I'm just not sure. I'm still playing this. There's the new. This is the thing I've been playing with. That I'm trying to get to integrate my two chats together. You did hear it on the YouTube. Excellent. And you hear it on Twitch. Excellent. So this thing lets me set up that command, and it's playing to both. So I'm going to start redoing some stuff, because this allows me to integrate both chats. I spent yesterday setting up a bot that works on Twitch. This is basically creating another account. And then today I set up the second account for a bot over on YouTube, so I got that running. But anyhow, we're here to make stuff. We're still working on the swimsuit, and like I said today, if you need a nap, you've come to the right place. I also added the Daz command. I'm not sure if it... Well, with the repeater, so exclamation point Daz is a new command too, and exclamation salami. And I haven't limited salami, but if it gets abused, you can be darn sure I'm going to shut that thing down. Maybe I should make that a channel point redemption. Or just let Charles use it. Andrea was on earlier, but you're in the process of paying my late water bill. Yikes! You need to make a command so I can get your attention. Yeah, I do. I should make an exclamation point. Chris! I gotta get you to record an attention message, and we'll put an exclamation point. And actually, I think if you do something like this, yo, I want to see if this works. And I'll have to make it a moderator only, though. So point redeems are still over on the okay, where's my swimsuit? Let's get this swimsuit going. There we are. Okay, so if I do this, if we put an exclamation point, Chris, a command, whatever Charles wants it to be. And if Charles, you want to give me a little sound bite.
Is that a salami in your pocket, or are you just
tie
glad to see me?
We could do this.
It's a salami.
Is that a salami in your pocket, or are you just glad to see me?
There you go. Art's glad to see me.
It's a salami.
I'm not going to save changes there. We're going to work on this. I totally need to lock that down, though. I think just to make it used with VIPs and moderators. And maybe we'll turn it into a redemption. A channel point redemption. Anyhow. Here's where we finished. All the morphs are done for the body morphs and the adjustment morphs. We'll do special morphs. We'll probably try to do those on Saturday, but today we are doing the basic morphs for Genesis 9. I think an MP3, if you could just record something simple like that. Or if you want to just but if we do it with channel points, I can just make it a mod thing, I think. I know you've got a billion. If I had a tattoo redeemed for 2 million points, Charles could just pay for that right off the bat. Chris the Crippled had a tattoo redeem, a community reward challenge for 2 million points. We finally achieved that. I don't know if you got the tattoo yet or not, though. Not quite, but you're close to 600. Dude. They do build up, especially since I don't really have a lot of stuff to spend them on. And since I've turned off a lot of stuff. Because they've just been making me anxious. I'm sorry to say. I need to come up with redeems. Unfortunately, the rave one just kind of... and the chinchilla one. I need to... Like, the sound ones are fine. So I think I need to kind of come up with stuff kind of like that. All right, I'm doing stuff. We're getting back to doing stuff. I got to move my content library right there for a second. All right, we're safe. We're going down to my Daz Studio formats. And we're way down here in Sporty Swim. And then we're going to come over to your people, and you're Genesis 9. And let's just put that on. Let's just put that on. I'm going to dial in the 8. So to do this, I'm going to do the top first. We're going to select that. We're going to come over here, click on the favorites. This is like a feminine thing, so we're going to do that. I'm going to switch over to the headlamp. And you know what? I'm going to start by smoothing the base feminine shape out just a little bit. I should probably put a pattern on here so I don't make... We're going to do this. Alright. So Chris has to go get his... We got to go get my morph names. So I keep morphs over here just so I can copy the names. So we're going to tweak the base feminine body shape just a little bit to start with. So I'm going to copy that. And then as I make morphs, I come over here to get the morph name. So we're going to put that over on screen 2. We have got the top selected. We've got Genesis selected. I have to select them in this order. The thing I'm editing and the thing that we want to edit against. We're going to hit the little GoZ action here. I'm waiting for ZBrush. I'm waiting for ZBrush. I'm waiting for ZBrush. Here's the ZBrush. Alright, let's get you organized. Alright, put ZBrush there. I'm going to fill out the window. Alright, we're going to add what we're editing. Pop into edit mode. Frame it up. The bottom came in, which is fine. So I'm just going to smooth this out just a hair. We're going to set our brush size down. Adjust the smoothing intensity to start with. And my standard intensity. Okay, I'm just going to lightly just smooth. I'm using the wrong tool. Lightly just smooth that out a little. I got a little bit of a poke through there. We fixed that. Okay, that's a little smoother. Smooth that out a little. Would I make a G-string more? I could just give you a G-string, dude. Oh, damn it. I guess we can, I'll look at that. When we do the special morphs. A G-string morph's a little tricky. Why are you not... Okay, so that's going to be the basic shape. We can put a trans map on. Would that work? A little string here, a little string there. That comes back around to the other string. Was that good? And we'll do a displacement map with it so it'll look like it was supposed to be there the whole time. Alright, we're going to activate GoZ. Yay. Charles likey. Control V. Overwrite the existing and accept that. So that's going to be our basic shape. Most of these morphs I want to work good with the feminine shape, so we're going to leave that dialed in. And then we just come over here and we're just going to run through. I'm going to smooth that out just a little bit. That's not too bad. I could almost live with it. But, you know, this ZBrush stuff isn't hard, so it's not a matter of, God, it's going to take me forever to get this morph. No, it just takes me a couple minutes. So I will spend the extra time just to pop in here real quick and just smooth out morphs that I otherwise would just ignore. Pop that in there, override existing, and now it's a little smoother. I've got the perspective view on. Good. So I can undo like that. And then we're just going along. You know what? I'm going to smooth that out just a little bit. It is just probably just fine. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. Almost here, but not quite here. All right. I think that looks good. Did you? I think you mentioned the 20 terabyte hard drive. Yes. And you've mentioned the new motherboard and the new memory, which will get you up to 128. You just have to put all that stuff together. I don't know. It might. I'm not sure. Let's take a look. I'm not even sure what I normally run anyhow, tell you the truth. Let's see. Well, you can see how the processor and stuff are running right there. There's how much RAM I'm using up. There's how much my GPU is being used. You can see my... Well, you can't see it right now because I got this dialog box in the way. You're still not getting the stream over on the YouTube side? Dude. I'm going to blame Mitch. I'm overwriting an existing morph. I'm going to accept this. We're done. I am back. Am I? Am I spinning wheels over there? I got a little bit of latency. I don't know. Maybe it was that dialog box. Anyhow, if you ever want to see what my system's doing, right there, if you ever see that on the screen, that tells you what my GPU's up to, and that tells you what the GPU memory being used. And there's my CPU, and there's the system memory. There is 64 gigabytes of that. There's 11 gigabytes of this. So that is Riva Turner with MSI Afterburner to do that. It's really handy. When I'm doing scenes in Daz, I can follow my usage, and if I'm kicking up to, and if I'm seeing it drop back down to CPU. Well, chat is running a little bit behind on the video, but it's not bad. Dang. It might be slowing it down a bit. Yo, DJ Ray in the house, baby. I was hanging out a little bit with Ray last night. Okay, this is good. I'm going to undo that, and we're going to go to the next one. And I'm looking for that. You know what? That's actually just fine. I'm not touching that one up. We're going to the next one. Lower fuller. That one needs some touch up. It's always a good time hanging out with DJ Ray. It's now DJ Ray Partay, baby. That's right. DJ Ray in the USA got lost. And he's just trapped in this party now. So if you're looking for DJ Ray in the USA, you're not going to find him. Last night, I'm used to my Twitch. When I type in T in my web browser, my top 3 viewed Twitch sites usually show up. DJ Ray in the USA popped up, and I clicked on it, and it said, I can't find this account anymore. I was so sad. And then I realized, dude probably changed his name. He was talking about it. He may have actually done it. And he did. So check out Ray with his new name. All right, we're good. Let's go to the next one. All right. Breast fullness upper. That looked just fine. Gone. Usually I have to touch gone because it's a little weird. It didn't get any weird poke through or anything, but it could be a little smoother, so. You like my flowers? Those are the spring mascots. I still have the snowflakes. I gotta turn the snowflakes off and get something springy. Copy that. I'm gonna go whip up a batch of popcorn. My go-to, aka between payday snack of choice. Alright, see you when you get back, Art. I'm doing stuff. I'm doing stuff. We're getting there. We're just gonna run a little bit of smoothie over this. You know what? I'm gonna make this brush a little bit larger here, and then we'll smooth it out. We'll pull that back out in a minute. And then we'll just a little there, a little there. Probably good. I'm going to take a peek at the back. Back looks fine. Alright, activate GoZ. Do this. Override, accept. Moving along, breasts heavy. Wow, that did not set up a good starting point. So I'm just gonna viciously smooth this out a lot. And then we're going to touch it up. Yo, DZ, how are you doing? Good to see you. We're now doing the morphs on the Genesis 9 version of the outfit. That one really didn't go as well as I had hoped. I hope they all don't do that. I thought you know what? I don't think I did the touch-up thing. I'm not going to save this one. We're going to redo these. I'm going to restart. I'm going to check this out again. So I'm just going to close this. I forgot to do something. So I'm going to save out. I have cleaned up these morphs, so we're going to just save that off right off the bat. I'm going to shut Daz down for a minute. You just like rubbing boobies. Yeah. It applies the lotion or it gets the hose. Something like that. I haven't seen that move in a couple of decades. Okay, so I'm going to save these. Select the top. Modifier asset. Base. I only did some of them, so let's just do... you know what? I'm just going to click on this and save them all. And then we'll... No, I don't want to save them all. Undo that. I just did some of the chest ones. So we did the cleavage, we did the gun. I think I did the fullness upper. I thought I did a fullness lower, and I have no idea where that went. I'll probably have to touch that up again. And did we do... And we did the heavy. We were doing the heavy, but that was not going well. We did downward slope. Why is I'm not seeing full... Why is fullness lower over here? Things that make you go, That's always in the wrong spot. Anyhow, I'm going to accept those. I'm going to delete these now. I'm going to go get my body shape target thingy. So we're going to go to our content library. I'm going to come up here to, I'm looking for my body suit. There we go. people, Genesis 9. I want this one here, so I'm going to put that on. Okay, now we're going to go back to the swimsuit. I'm going to bring that out and not attach it to anything, and bring that out, not attach it to anything. Okay, now I'm going to parent these to the bodysuit. So that's under mesh, fit to bodysuit, and accept that. Did I get the right bodysuit though? I can't see that. I think it says G9. Okay. Yep. All right, and then we'll get the bottom on here, and that is fitted. That is fitted. You're already fitted to the bodysuit. You are too. Did I have both of you selected at the same time? I have no idea. I'm so confused. I don't need to save this. All right, I'm going to turn that off. Are you attached to... You're not attached, are you? Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. It's because they're attached to the bodysuit. I am looking in the right spot. To the bottom. Yep. You are... I need to fit you. You are fit to the Genesis 9. I'm all good to go. I think. I'm confused. I'm just going to delete stuff and redo it. I'm confusing myself. All right, so we're going to go back. And, you know what? I'm just going to... That's not attached to anything. That's not attached to anything. They don't fit because I got the female shape dialed in right now. Okay, we're going to go back to the bodysuit. And I'm going to select that, take the bodysuit, drop it on. All right, now we're good. Now I'm going to take these and fit them to the bodysuit. I need to get both of those. I'll do both of those. I can do both at the same time. I think I can. We'll double check. Fit 2 looks good there. And fit 2 looks good there. All right, I think I'm good. I can hide that. I'm going to turn off mesh smoothing for right now. I'm going to leave that on. Somewhere in here it says enable smoothing. I'm just going to turn enable smoothing off. All right, now I'm going to auto-generate the other morphs that I need in here. So we select you. I have my favorites to make this easier. I already did to here, so I'm going to pick it up here. That's much better looking than what I was getting before. And this is what I forgot to do. So as we do this, see, that's a little off. We'll fix that. But these are much nicer than the straight up auto fit. So I'm just going to run through this real quick to give me my starter shapes. And then we're going to clean these up in ZBrush. We're not going to save out the chest morphs in the bottom. That would be... I don't know where I left off. So I'm going to restart from up here. Just run through this again. And every time I do this, it auto creates a morph inside the followers. I'm going to do the pecs. Saggy. Saggy again. Size. I'm trying to remember where I'm leaving off. Size. Undercurve. Width. Alright, now we're body emaciated. That's a little weird. Alright, fitness details. I think I'm smoothing against something again. I think that's what it is. I'm smoothing against the invisible bodysuit, aren't I? See, my enable smoothing got turned back on. I don't think it changes anything, but it's just annoying. Alright, we're good. Okay, where did I leave off? I was doing the fitness morphs. Yes, I still have fitness details dialed in. Fitness mass. See, those are better. Body fitness, the controller. I'm going to do heavy. Lith. Muscular details. Muscular mass. Muscular. Body older. Thin. Tone. Mass. Okay, skip over these and then get pear, voluptuous, portly, stocky, and I'm going to dial this off for just a second, and we're just going to dial. I think this is already in there, but now it's in there twice. Okay, should be good. So now I'm just going to save. Actually, before we do that, I'm going to put some adjustment morphs in here. I have a bunch of generic adjustment morphs in this bodysuit, so we're just going to come in here and dial some of those up. So, and you know, that one needs a little work. I got to fix that one. Chest forward, height, that's fine. Width, crotch down, woo, side to side. Make that crotch wider. Front neck didn't do anything. Just that bootay. Shoulders back. Shoulders forward. Shoulders up. Left side. Right side. Tummy. I think I've got expands in here. But some of these are not duplicative. But I'm going to take a look at what we've got already over here. So sitting in here, we just added all these that you can't see in gray. We do have a midriff. I've got the top right, midriff, waist lower, loosen neck. So those are probably good. Loosen buttocks, loosen midriff, thighs, waist lower, waist upper. And there's the expand. And there's the expand. So I think I'm good. We're going to export these out. So select to the top. Come over here. Say base. Select that. I think I'm just going to do everything and clean it up later. Now the bottom, I'm going to actually select some of these. We're going to be a little more discriminating because I don't want to take those chest morphs. So I don't need these hidden, so we won't select that. So I think we're going to do these, but we're just checking and seeing if there's like anything. And then we're going to just check these. That looks good. Okay, so these are the chest morphs. We're not going to take any of those. How much is Marvelous Designer for a year? I want to say under 300, like 280. Or you could just spend $40 a month. I would recommend, I think it was 280. Oh, you're thinking about it? Oh, that would be nice of you. If you could do that, that would be awesome. I was thinking about getting him a few months while he learned it, and then he could start making money. And by the way, anybody out there, our good friend Loki has suffered an ice storm, which has kind of put him off track of working. If you're able to just like check out his Ko-fi and drop him some coins, that would be awesome. I think I have the Ko-fi link right there. I think that might be the easiest way, or his Patreon. or just reach out to them and let them know, hey, how can I hook you up with some money? Yeah, I can't. Next week is going to be really tight for me, but then hopefully it gets a little bit better. It's just the way cash flow worked out. What are we doing? I think I'm good. I think I'm good. I think I've got everything I needed. No, I need the full bodies, right? We need the bases. Let's check this out. So I wanted the that. I'm just looking at all the. So these are the ones we kind of dialed in. I'm not bothering with these. There's the controllers. There's that thin and tone and mass. And let's just check. Are there any feminine shapes? There's the pair and the voluptuous. I'm gonna grab those. Masculine shapes. There's that portly and that stocky. I am not doing any of these people morphs. Okay, I think I'm good. I'm going to accept that. We should be fine. Okay, I'm going to... So now we're ready to go back to ZBrush and touch these up, and we have this, and we'll clean stuff up. Okay, let's finish cleaning up these morphs. So I'm going to shut down ZBrush. I've already shut down ZBrush. I'm going to restart Daz because GoZ is a little finicky. So I'm just gonna, do I want to just save changes to the occurrence? Why don't I just do that? We'll shut it down and then we'll reload this scene. Anyhow, what's Marvelous Designer? How much are you? Pricing. There it is. I missed it. I'm looking right at it. Where's the thing? Start for free. That is not the real price. Try now. No. No. You know, whenever you click on pricing, it shouldn't just say try for free. It should say, hey, this is how much. Everybody's cheesy. It's always cheesy that way, isn't it? Here it is, plan and pricing. It's way down at the bottom. $280 a year. And monthly is $39. If you're definitely going to do a year, because what is that? That works out to like $480 versus, so it's a savings of 40%. And 1 year I couldn't find this, and that's the reason why I used Clo that year, because I was able to get like Clo for like $440, which was still cheaper than monthly with Marvelous Designer. Anyhow, what are we doing now? I'm relaunching Daz, that's right. We're going to finish these morphs, damn it. And we're doing textures. Morphs and textures. Alright, we're good. Let's reopen this file. Casually waiting. There we go. I'm going to turn the headlight back on because I just like the way it looks better for this. Alright, I'm going to lose these. And actually, you know what? I have this bodysuit in here. We don't need that bodysuit anymore. So it has served its purpose. I'm going to come over here. We're going to go back to here. People. Wrong way. We're doing Genesis 9. We already did Genesis 8 the other day. Okay, now I'm just going to put that there and that there. I'm going to just, alright, we're going to, like, we started with the top, so we're going to pick up with the top. Click that, click the Genesis 9, Come to the parameters, click on favorites. I am targeting for the feminine, so we're going to make sure that that's dialed in for everything. And these top ones we should have done already. That did not work. I broke it. I'm going to have to touch these up again. That one looked fine. Dang. Well, what do you look like? Boy, you just did not save at all, did you? That's because you are attached to the bottom. No wonder that's not working. Duh. Let's fix that. Let's fix that. Let's fit you to... Why are you... Let's cancel this. I am confusing myself. Alright, those are gone. Select that. Back over here. Apply the bottom. Make sure I have the Genesis 9 selected. Apply the top. Alright. Now select the top. Select Genesis 9. Come over here. Go to favorites. Check this out. There! That's what it's supposed to do. Okay. Now we're cooking with propane and propane accessories. I think these are fine. And this breast gun is probably the last one. That was actually kind of the morph we did. I think I'm going to touch that one up. So we're going to come back over to... I have the list of the... This is actually copies of the morphs, but it's just easier for me to pop in here. Copy that. And that way I don't have to remember how to spell anything. Alright, now we're ready to get back into ZBrush. Okie dokie. Get that in here. Go into edit mode. Click on the framing. Alright, let's adjust my tools. One day I'll figure out how to save this so I don't have to do this every time. Today's not that day. That's going to look so much better. Alright, activate GoZ. I now have Blender in the way. Let's fix that. Let's set this up so we can see chat and Blender at the same time, and Daz. Or ZBrush. ZBrush was in the way. Okay, we're good. Back over to here. Did I not hit GoZ? I think I did, actually. It doesn't hurt to do it again, though. I did, because nothing happened. Alright, am I in perspective view? I am in perspective view. Undo. Alright, breast heavy. That is so much better than what I was looking at before. It still could use a little bit of work, but this will go so much faster. Copy that name, because body underscore BS underscore breast heavy is just so hard for me to remember. Alright, and I'm just going to smooth that out just a little bit. Pull it back out just a hair. Coffee calls. Put a little smoothing in there. And then I'm just going to smooth that out just a little bit. And then we'll just pull it back out. I should make this brush a little bit smaller maybe. Okay, that's probably good. That's not too bad, really, but we can do a little bit better, I think. That was so... Alright, that one, it's poking through, so we're going to fix that. But I'm not getting that shrink wrap on the undersides, which is... goes a long ways to making this go faster. Oops, that's a little too much. You have to be a little more subtle than that sometimes. Baby steps, baby steps. That really stretches the mesh out, but what you gonna do? You know that smoothing just about covers it up. Oh no, I got a little bit over here. I'm gonna pop back over there and smooth it out just a little bit more. I can just come over here. See, I don't even see that. That's happening when we smooth, isn't it? Uh-oh, I hear a truck. I'll be right back. Alright, right. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Alright, am I here? Maybe. I can't see. Am I on camera? Might be when I get comfortable. Alright, we're comfortable. Okay, is that looking... Oh yeah, I was touching this up. Did that fix that? Let's update that more to find out. There we go. Does the other side look fine? It's fine. Alright, breast large, high. I think that looked okay. I want to dial that in again just to double check it. Yeah, that looks good. Breast au naturel. Alright, that needs a little touch up. Copy that. Activate this. Accept that. You know, just do a little bit of smoothing. And then we'll just pull that out just a little. Like that. Smooth that out. You know, while we're here. A little smoothing down in here. And we'll just cover it up. Try not to go too crazy with that. Do that. Damn it, I just copied instead of pasting. There we go. Overwrite, accept. Should be good. Alright, we got perky sides. Perky sides looking good. Shape 1. That was not unexpected. Alright, so the old smooth a little bit more down in the crease and then just pull it out. And then do the other side. Oh, I forgot. I already forgot about the mirror that DZ told me about. We're gonna turn that on next morph. I think you hit the X key with your hands on your hips and your knees in tight, something like that. And override and accept. Looking good. Alright, brush shape 2. Alright, this time I'm going to try to remember to use the symmetry. He just told me about it last stream. You think I could at least remember that long. Okay, activate X. There we go. You can see the symmetry. So I'm just going to smooth through here a little bit. And then we're just going to pull it out. And then we'll take a look on the other side. Because this isn't an actually symmetrical... This isn't exactly symmetrical top. So you can see we got a little bit in here that we got to fix. And then we'll just check the other side. Looking good. This should be 2. Quick check. Looking good. Accept that. Is fine. Moving on to the next one. Alright, same thing. A little bit of smoothing. And we just pull it back out. Go take a look at the other side. I think that's fine. Do a little smooth right there. Override, accept, probably good. There is shape 4. That needed a little bit of touch up too. Alright, number 5 needs just a pinch. Oops. Should be fine. Going to get some coffee, be right back. See you when you get back, Charles. Say hi to Rod while you're getting the coffee, because I think he's over there getting the coffee too. Alright, looking good. We were already on to 6. Ooh, it was so close. And I probably wouldn't have touched that one up either if it had worked. Hey, Rod's back. Did you say hi to Charles? Did you pass Charles in the hall getting his coffee? Alright, I think that's good. It's so weird seeing a little square there where a nipple should be. Daz is now making their characters Twitch safe, I suppose. Alright, that is good. Let's breast sides down. Oh no, I got a little bit of poke right through the middle. How annoying was that? You did a fist bump in the hallway? Hell yeah. Alright, that's good. Overwrite, accept. I think we're coming along small. You know what? I don't have to touch that one up. That looked fine. Alright, we're on to the pecs. I'm still leaving that. I'm going to smooth that one out just a little bit. What are you? Pec cleavage? Manly cleavage. That's what that is. Except we're putting it on a gal. I'm just going to smooth that out. Fix that. Call that good. Alright, pec diameter. I think that looks fine. The pec height. Yeah. Height outer. Fine. Sag usually needs a little bit of cleanup. The Screen Actors Guild. So we're just going to smooth and then just pull. I think that did the trick. I got a little bit of poke through right there. Probably okay. Pectoral size. Undercurve. Width. Okay, now we're going to run the now we're on the body shapes. So emaciated. You know what? I'm going to smooth that chest out a little bit on that emaciated. Well, you know, that bottom looks really good though, so I probably won't have to touch that one up. And we're going to have to come back and get the bottoms later. I think. Where am I? I'm right there. We're going to just tweak the emaciated morph just a little bit. Just smooth that chest out just a Some days I can't remember what I'm doing. I'm just going to pull you out. Let's pull you back out a little. And a little bit of smoothing there. A little pull there. I think I'm fine. Let's take a look in the back just to make sure. Try to check the shoulders. Most days gore me. What is GoZ V overwrite accept. Nice. Alright, let's take a look at the fitness detail. That seldom needs touch up because it's so subtle. Fitness mass. And then body fitness. I think that looking fine. You can't remember what you're doing. Same here. Alright, body heavy. Alright, those are both going to need a little cleanup. So I'm just going to do smooth out there and then build it back up. I think I'm fine. I'm going to take a quick look in the back just to make sure. Alright, GoZ that. Okay, lith. You know what? That's fine. Okay, we got the muscular details. I didn't see anything. And when I do this and hold it, it doesn't smooth. And then when I let go, the auto smooth kicks in. But you can see a little bit of poke through here on the sides. And I got a little bit on the top. So we're going to touch that up. So that's muscular mass. Copy that. Pop back over to here. And let's just zoom in. And you know, it's a little smoothing. Pull that out. I think that's good. Let's just take a quick, just to make sure nothing bad happened in the back. Sometimes it does. Although the smoothing might clear that up. Alright, I think that's good. And then we do the full muscular. See if I gotta touch that up. I don't think I have to touch that up. So this is the control. It actually, ooh, I gotta touch it up a little bit in the back. Damn it. My smoothing fixed it, but still I would rather have it without having to do the smoothing. So this one I am looking for the body control, body muscular morph. That one right there. And I'm not seeing it. You know what? I'm just going to pull this up anyhow, just a little bit. Because I did see. I'm just going to, maybe not that much. Alright, and let me just dial that back in. Oh, you got dialed back off. That's my problem. You're looking fine now, though. What is it? Body older. Got just a little touch right there we gotta fix. Should be good. Let's check the other side. Probably fine. You know what? I'm just gonna smooth this out. Alright, body thin. I think I'm going to just smooth that just a little bit. Those shorts are a little loose on the body thin. Okay, here's a tone body. I usually don't have to make an adjustment with that one. Here's mass body. I think that was fine. Okay, so for the top, we've got 4 more morphs. Here's the pair. And I dial it in on the front and the back just to be sure. Voluptuous. Do I have to tweak those? Yeah, we got to tweak the chest just a little bit on that one. So we're going to just maybe smooth that out. Pull it back out a little bit. I think that's fine. Just do a quick strap check. Alright, is good. And do that, except, where are we? Portly. You know, Portly looked okay. Yep, I think that's good. And stocky. I'm just gonna one more check in the front. Oh, we got a little bit of poke through in the chest there. This is the last one of this group. Then we'll do the textures. Actually, we've got to do the bottoms. But the bottoms, I think maybe there's a couple in there that needed a little touch up. So I'm just smoothing it out first. And then we'll just kind of pull it back up so we don't get that poke through. Check the other side. There's a little bit over here. That's dirt on the monitor. That's not a... Don't you just hate it when a dirty spot on the monitor looks like poke through? Overwrite, accept. Alright, should be good. Set that to 0. Alright, I'm going to export out all the morphs on the top. Save those. I'm just going to do them all, and I'll clean them up later. We might do a little bit of this cleanup maybe after we play with the textures a bit, or we'll do it Saturday. One of the two. Okay, I'm going to hit save. We're going to shut Daz down. We're going to... Actually, let's try this. This seldom works, but I'm going to select the bottom. We're going to select our Genesis 9 figure. And we're just going to try to see if this works for any of these. Usually ZBrush freaks out. The GoZ ZBrush has issues doing this. But actually, I don't have to do anything there. Fitness detail is fine. Mass. And we're just looking at the bottoms now. I think mass was fine. Fitness is probably good. I think I need to touch up body heavy just a little bit. So we'll see if we can get this into GoZ. Let's try this. Copy that. Okay, select the bottom, select the Genesis, activate the GoZ, accept. Ooh, I think it worked. It's making a lot. It's because I'm on stream. My mirroring got turned off. There we go. All right, let's go back and check the. See, we've got to get a little bit back here. That is not a dirty spot. That is poke through. Control V, override existing, accept. There we go. I saw my morph pop in. All right. I think that's fine. Details, probably okay. Muscular mass. Yeah, I got a little bit over there on those edges. Right in here. We'll check the other side, see if we cleans that up. All right, I think that's good. Override existing and accept that. Okay, and body muscular, how are you looking? I'm going to dial that in again over here. It's looking good. All right, body older. Oh, and I had a little bit up here. I'm going to check that later, but right now, I saw a little pokey through there. I have not. Okay, I'm going to ignore that. We probably have to shut everything down and I'll double check. I'm on the older morph, right? I knew that. There we go. See, it's taunting me. Ooh. I think I'm good. Are you muscular and older? Is that what my problem is? No, I think that's just older. Never mind. Okay. It just looked awful thick for older. I thought I cleaned you up. I did save it though. GoZ. 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 Oh, I still have the stocky morph on. That's my problem. Duh. Let's double check these. Somebody was checking in with a stocky morph on. You know, that's fine. I think fitness is okay. Fitness detail probably good. Fitness mass, I usually don't. Let's double check the heavy. Because we touched that up while it was still stocky. Gee, stocky and heavy. I think that's fine. I don't think I lost anything with my inability to. That's fine. Just older, which is highly overrated. Yep. I think you all heard Val Kilmer passed away, right? Only 65. Dude. That's annoying. See, that's what I was expecting the older shape to look like. That's looking good. I'm going to tweak that thin a little bit. It is just the bottoms are just a little loose. So I'm going to try to like push those down a little bit. See if I can do that. I almost never have to push stuff down. So let's see if I can even remember how this goes. That is a mask. That is going in the minus direction. There we go. I think that's tightened it up a bit. I'm just checking to make sure I didn't cause too much poke through while I was doing that. I'm probably going to live with that. Yeah, that looks better. Alright, tone. I don't think I saw anything that needed fixing there. Now we'll take this body to mass. That looked fine. Okay, we're down to the last four. Portly. I think that looked good. I think I saw a little bit when we were doing voluptuous earlier. Voluptuous. I know we touched up the breasts. No, that looks fine. I don't see a reason to fix the bottoms. Portly is looking good. And then the stocky, which I had on the whole time earlier. I think we're fine. I think this is good. I think I'm going to save this out, and then we'll open up Substance and get a little more work done on the textures. And I have to start. I'm thinking. Yo, Dzang, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. By the way, everybody, check out Dzang over at the Daz and at Renderosity. Super cool cat. Marvelous products. So I'm going to save the bottom before I forget. Or save the morphs. And then we're going to go to work on the Substance stuff. And I think at the end of the stream, I'm going to clean these up. At least on the Genesis 9 version, and then resave them. So we're going to pop into here and make that stuff look better. And then we will pop over the data directories and get rid of the files we don't need. But first things first, let's activate Substance Painter. And we'll set up a couple of the materials on this. And I'm going to set up my material files so it'll work on either the top or the bottom. And they'll work on either the Genesis 8 or the Genesis 9 versions. Which means I'm just going to copy them from one directory to another. Okay. Recent file. Akvo Swim. There we go. Did I set up my, yeah, baby, I set up my sliders in the back. So I have this done in black. I should come up with a few color combinations. I think, and we're going to put a mesh, I think, here and here. We're gonna put those together in the material files and then save those. Actually, my material file is going to be the hierarchical material files will be like that. Okay, never mind. I'm talking to myself. I know. Let's go take a look at what I think. Do I have anything in my? I think we'll set up 6 basic spandex colors and we'll do a couple of metallics. And then we'll do the dirty versions. That's what I'm kind of thinking. So I need a black and a white. And then we'll have a gold and a silver. So that's 4. And then we want like 4 more colors. And I'm thinking lime green, pink. Lime green, pink, aqua. And then maybe I need red, yellow, blue. So I'm starting to get way too many colors in here. Okay, never mind. We'll just do them. I'm lost. Where am I going? I'm going to my projects. I haven't even been to my folders yet today, have I? Beach party. You are... I don't call you... You are like Sporty Swim. That's it. One time here, I can bring this over. And you know what? Substance is in the way. Let's move Substance so I can see my chat. How cool would that be? Hey, there's a chat. There we go. So anyhow, textures, there's the camera, there's the swimsuit I currently have in here. I currently have a black one in here. We have our metallicity map. I have a height map. I have just a standard spandex opacity map. No, that's the sliders. Slider roughness, slider opacity, metallic. I think this is good. Roughness. Yeah, so we just need to add some more. So we set up the base. I just need to get some more colors cranked out on this. And I want to also set up a mesh. So let's do the opacity for the mesh. And save that out as a mesh opacity map. Back. Where is Substance when you need it? There you go. I don't know. If I type in mesh, what do I get? What do you do? Here, let's try this. Let's drop a paint layer in here. In this, I'm just going to do for opacity, so we're just going to turn that off, turn that on. Let's pop over here to our opacity channel. Do I have my spandex opacity going? I don't see it. So we're probably okay. I don't know, let's try this. Let's put that mesh right there. We're going to tile the heck out of this thing. And I'm not going to UV project. Do I want to UV? It doesn't make any difference. Actually, let's try triplanar. And do I want my mesh? You know what? I might go with that. Do I want to rotate you? Give you a little cooler? I want that to be smaller. Well, I do really want it meshy. And I think I will. I think I will also use this as a height map. So we'll take this and put it in the height channel as well. And the question is, do I want it to be smaller, or am I happy with that? Maybe smaller. And do I want to rotate you, or do I want to leave you? So maybe 45. Kind of gives it more of a diamond-y. I might go with that. So I think I'm going to save this. And also I'm going to make a normal map for this as well. And I don't have a mesh normal map, but we're going to make one from the height map. We can do that with a filter. So I'm going to come over here and we're going to just add a filter. And there is a bump to a height to normal filter is what I'm looking for. Height to normal. There we go. Now if we pop over here to the normal map. Okay, I'm going to adjust the settings on that, because that is just gross. I find that to use this, it helps like take that down to 1 or lower. I think I'm going to go with 1. And we're going to do that. So I'm going to save out. I need an opacity map. I need another height map. And I'm going to do a 6-channel save. And we're going to throw away the channels we don't need. So Control-Shift-E. Pop over. I have 6 channels selected already. Excellent. I'm going to come over here for a second because I want to see if there's anything in my output directory. There is nothing. Yay. Okay. Now we export. Now we come over here. Okay, I don't need that base color. I want to keep this height map. I don't need that. I do want that normal map. I do want that opacity map. And I don't need this roughness map. Okay. We're going to rename these mesh. So this is going to be swim underscore. And we're going to swap that out with swim underscore mesh. And then I'm just going to apply that to rename them. I'm going to come over here, cut all of this. I'm going to pop back over into here. Put those right there. Okay, let's get our colors done. Alright, let's just go crazy. You're in the wrong one. There we go. Turn you off. Hide that because I don't need it anymore. Come over here. We're just going to do base color. And we're just going to export these out. So we're just going to switch this up to, I don't know, I'm starting to lean towards more and more colors. Uh-oh. I'm out of my tea. I'm going to call you black. Let's do duplicate that. You're going to be white. Going to duplicate that. Hot pink. I'll just say pink. Lime green. I'll say lime. Aqua. Make you red. I could put a pattern in here, but I haven't decided. Maybe we'll add a pattern later. I'm already going overboard, I think, on materials, but we'll see. Oh, I named that Aqua. You're going to be yellow. Maybe that's enough for now. I might add more later. I know I don't have a blue and I don't have a regular green either. Or an orange, or a purple, or a lilac, or a chartreuse. Or a chartreuse plaid, goth, skull texture, pattern. Okay, but we're just going to do these. What do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 with my metallics. Probably going to be fine. So let's just go through here and change colors. And we'll just save out color maps. So we'll do that real quick. That'll be yellow. We're just gonna switch over to base color channels for right now, and export that, and pop back over to here. And we'll just, as these get done, we'll just change it to mellow yellow. Okay, this, I'll just make you red. I probably know the code for that. Is this F, 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 F? That's not typing. Because of course it wouldn't. Why would it? That's red. I like my red to be a touch darker though. So I'm going to do that. Export. Come over here. Call you red. I'm going to leave the slider silver. I have a trick to make it gold, but it's just setting something up in Daz. We can use like the overlay color in Daz to change the actual color of the slider using a mask. So we're not going to worry about the slider colors in here. I think that, okay, that is red. Moving along. What did I say? Aqua. Aqua's one of those standard colors. I think it's like, what? No red, green, and blue. That's actually cyan, basically, right? I think I'm just going to go with that. Okay, this is lime green. So I think if I take that all the way up, take the red all the way down, and tweak, maybe bring the somewhere in there. I call you lime. There's probably a proper web value for that. Actually, let's see if we can find a web value, and if I like the lime green we find. ID, color, hex, codes. Let's type all of that in and see what we can get here. I'm looking for one of those web utilities, and I'm not seeing the one I want. Color, I'm going to say, you know what it is? Color name from hex. That's the way I'm normally looking at this stuff. Name that color. Or color namer, one of those. Can I select a color? Lime. Do I like that? I don't like that. I'm not liking that at all. I'm going to go with what I got and call it lime. Maybe we do that. Maybe we slide it. Is that a little... Am I heading in the right direction? I'm going to call that lime. Oops, I forgot to hit the export button first. Or neon. Here, we'll call this neon green. It looks more like a neon green. Okay, we need pink. Does this have neons in it? See, this doesn't have anything. See, these pinks suck. Do we have hot pink? That is not a hot pink. Are you freaking kidding me? That's a hit. Oh, that says hit pink. Hokey pokey. Hollywood. Cerise. Hot. That is not a hot pink. You commie rat bastards, you. Hot pink. That's socialism. Where am I? I'll just dial this in. So we're going to start with that all the way. There's our pinks over here. We're actually really close to magenta. And then we just bring the green up to lighten it up. And I think maybe a little darker, get a little punchier. Maybe right in there. I'm going to call that pink. You blaming Mitch now too? Way to go, Rod. Export. You're going to come over here and call pink. And white. And of course, when we say white, we mean like light gray. Because Daz will still blow the shit out of that stuff. This week. Next week, you blame Elon. There we go. That's who we can pick up after we stop blaming Turtle Dude. Oh, yeah. There's nothing in there. What am I doing? Alright, let's save that. Oh, that didn't go well. Alright, you should be right there. I'm going to call you white. We'll see how this works out. I might lighten that up, but probably not. Rocket Man. No! That's Elton. Alright, Control X. Control V. Alright, let's do our metallics. And then we're going to do our warns. Cancel that. So I'm going to... What am I looking at over here? There we go. I'm going to type in metallic. And we're going to come over here. I'm going to say actually just metal. And I'm just going to move you over so I can get one more row of stuff popped in. And we'll take a look. And I'm actually probably going to go with these leathers. Like this metallized lambskin is probably a good choice. It has texture. I'm going to tile that up though. Let's come over here to our materials. So in this case, you're still seeing the, that's coming in through the back. Let's put you over here. Let's make that really smaller, patterned. I say 60. You know what? I think I'm going to go with that today. Did I do threads on this? I might add threads in later. I don't know. I'm deciding. All right, let's export you out before I forget. That was the wrong button. I'm going to do that. I just need the 5 channels on this one because that doesn't have any opacity to it. Let's just double check. I moved all of these and I named them. So there's nothing in the export directory. So I can just go ahead and export all of this. Pop back over here. We're going to name these metallic and apply that. And then this is going to be gold. And then I'm just going to put a little filter on here. We'll use the little HSL or something like that. This one right here, HSL, hue, saturation, lightness. Okay, so to make this, I'm going to just bring that up all the way for a second. Ooh, that's a pretty gold. And we're going to switch you into the blue zone. And then I'm going to desaturate you. So you have just we're making a silver. Just a pinch of blue. And I do that just, and then we're just going to lighten that up. And that's going to be the silver. And I just need the color map for this. So Control-Shift-E. Come over here and say base color. Export is good. And now I can just toggle that on and off for the 2. And then over here, I'm going to call that metallic silver. And then we grab all of this and cut it and paste it into the texture folder. Okay, so we've got the main textures done for the metallics and for the spandex. Now we're just going to make a grungy version. I've been really lazy, so let's do metallic grungy first since we've got the metallic open. I have a shader set up with dirt. I've just been using it an insane amount. This one right here, we just drop that on. And now it's just filthy as all get up. There we go. Filthy version done. Let's export that out. So I need a metallic version of the filth, and I need a, and then we need to do the lycra. And that's where I'm going to stop with the textures for today. Actually, let me throw one on. We're getting close to quitting time. And then I'm going to clean up the morphs in the Genesis 9 version. And then we will pick it up on Saturday. And my brain stopped. 5, 5, 5, 5. There we go. Export. Pop over to here. Okay, these are metallic worn. Apply that. Okay, I've got the silver color here, so I'm going to put that there. And we'll save out the gold. And that means I just have to turn that off, and there's my gold. And I just need the base color for that. And then over here, actually I can use the rename thing on that, right? And I should be able to just apply it because it was set to metallic worn last time. Gold, alright. Control X, pop, 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 paste. Back over to here. Alrighty, you are done. Now we can do the spandex, the dirty spandex. That is dirty spandex black. And that really is just covering up that slider, isn't it? Anyhow, Control Shift E. I need to do 5 channels. I'm not going to bother with an opacity map on the dirty version. I think. You know what? I am going to just make an opacity map. I'll just save it. I'm probably not going to use it. It's probably not going to do anything for me. But I'm going to save it anyhow, just in case. I'll take a look at it later. Export that. We are good. Over to our output directory. We're going to rename all of this stuff. So we don't. I'm just going to say. You know what? I'm just going to say swim worn. Do that. So that is good. And this is the worn black. Okay, I have to do this 6 more times for the other colors. There's dirty pink. Rename you. Oops, I don't need that. All right. 2 down, 5 to go. Neon green. Oops, I forgot to do that. Hop over to here. Select. Rename. And add neon green in here. Okay, 3 down, 4 to go. Aqua. That was the wrong button. There we go. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Okay. I think that's 4 down, 3 to go. 2 to go. I've got 2 to go. Oh, I didn't get the white. Where's my white? I lost my white. Oh, oogly boogly. I have to make another white. Oh well. Rename. Add the color name. So I can, because I can't tell that's red. Okay, I'm not colorblind. I actually could. And then yellow. I wish when I hit enter that did something. Oh, I just switched. I just did 5 colors. Damn it. So I don't need that, or that. I just want to keep this one. There's my warm metallic. You know what? I don't need a warm. I actually don't need a warm normal, and I don't need a worn height map. And I do have. I'm going to keep that roughness, metallicity, and I was going to rename you yellow. Then I got to do a white one. So back into here. So Chris accidentally got rid of his white color, so we got to duplicate layer here. I could have sworn I named it white. I must have accidentally undid something. Not that I'll check the VOD. I could, I guess, if I had to. So make you over here, but you're gonna actually be right about maybe there. And you are white. Power rename with power rename. Apply, close. Right here, you become white. Right, I think I'm good. Why do I have that? I don't need that. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Then a warm metallic, an opacity, and a roughness. So these. Oh, those are the ones I probably created by accident. So this should be good. And then that just comes over here. Then I just got to set up material files for all of this stuff. All right, we're going to run a little over, I think. So I'm going to hit save on this. So we are good here. I'm going to kind of put a base color on the Genesis 8 version. We're going to clean up those morphs, and then I'm going to save that out and then call it a night. So we still have this sitting here. So let's grab this and this and come over here to the surface tab. The base style is going to be spandex. So I'm going to try to remember what's what in here. And it's going to be black and spandex, but we're going to change some of those trim colors. So that goes there. There's my basic metallicity. I'm going to put you right there to start with. We're going to use this mesh stuff, but not right now. What I'm looking for, I do need this displacement map over here for everything. And that needs to be set to 6 down here. And do I have an opacity map? Where's my base? That is the worn roughness. There's the sliders opacity. Is that what I want? I'm going to try that. I think that might be what I'm looking for. And there's the roughness map that we're going to need. So I'm going to put you right there. I got 1, 2, 3. I need the normal and the bump maps now. You're not my normal. There it is. Found it. Nope. Let's try that again. It didn't want to stay. Are you good now? I think I'm good now. There's got to be a height map. Swim underscore height is what I'm looking for now. There it is. It's the first thing. That's why I couldn't find it. Okay, it is good. So we've got the black spandex. What I'm going to do is we're going to put the mesh on here, here, and here. So I think I can just do, I'm going to select that and that. And for the mesh, we're going to change the normal map. Somewhere in here we got mesh normal. There we go. We're also going to change the opacity map to this mesh opacity. And then we're going to change the base bump map to the mesh bump map. Mesh height right there. Okay, so we got our mesh. Now we're going to add some fancy colors. I got to add a new little bit of material right there. So, quick detour. This needs to be, the surface here needs to be strapped. So I'm going to just select, I can't see what I'm doing. I need to select the top. I'm going to zoom into here. I'm just going to grab, I don't seem to be doing anything. Come into the tool settings. Oh, there, we're in face mode. Now am I getting this stuff? Yes. Okay, I'm going to reassign this from strap to strap trim right there. So I'm just going to assign it like that. I've already done this for the Genesis 8 version. I still had to do this for Genesis 9. And then I'm just going to grab this little stuff here. And now, are you a little spot? You're probably already assigned to something, though. Strap trim. I'm going to assign that. All right, we're good. I was going to make the trim a color. You know what? I'm going to make the trim aqua. So let's pop back over here, surfaces, and let's select both the top and the bottom. And let's come in here and just grab our waist trim, bottom trim, and then panel trim, rib trim, strap trim, and top trim. There we go. And I'm going to make those, you know what, I made them aqua before. I think I'm going to make them aqua today. So I'm just going to swap that out for the aqua. So it's going to look like that. Okay, we're getting there. This I don't need. You're now in the way. Okay, we're going to clean up our the way our morphs are all organized in here, and then we're going to save these out. And then we're going to look for somebody to raid. So first things first. I've been saying that a lot, haven't I? Let's start with the bottom. Let's go to our parameters. So these are all my adjustment morphs. I'm going to change the color of all of these. Actually, we got to go into edit mode. I'm going to take this. We're going to put limits on everything. Right now, they have no limits. So we can do that. We don't want to do that. So first things first, let's put limits on. I'm just going to come down here. Limits. You can't see it. It's over on the other side. Can I see it if I do it like this? In limits, enable limits. There we go. And now it doesn't. It's limited. Out and that's on. Oh, cool. All right, let's change the colors of all of these. going to set presentation on those. I'm going to do green and black like that and accept. Okay, these things have got garbage in their names, so we're going to fix that. And we're just changing the labels. So that they look more human. Because body BS loose lure weight, just a hot mess of a name, isn't it? And waist upper, and we should be good with these. I'm going to delete stuff in the data file. I think I'll wait till, actually I'll do that right now. So the rest of this stuff is good. A lot of this stuff we're just going to get rid of. And then when we add our special morphs, they'll come down into here and there'll be an extra label in here that'll say special. We'll work on the special morphs on Saturday. So we've got the bottom. We're going to do the top. So same thing except, do I have a morph somewhere where it shouldn't be? Sometimes I do. I don't see it now, so I think I'm good. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing we did. We're going to just first come in here and put a limit on everything. So enable limits. I'm just going to grab all of this stuff and we're just going to change it all to the same color of green. And I just have those in my custom color, so it's easy to grab. There we go. Okay, now we're just going to clean up these names here. And we're just going to save this stuff back out as figure prop assets. Jump over into the data directory and just delete the morphs we don't want. And that'll be good for today. We'll do a quick render since we've got textures on here now. So special morphs, set up material files, start setting up the hierarchical material files. Check the rigging. We might need to tweak the weight maps in the crotch a little bit. Although it's going to be deforced, so I don't have to get too... Yeah, I have a bunch of the Illusion Design stuff. They had cool stuff. I have one of their textures converted over to Genesis 8 that I still use. Okay, these are good, and you're in the right spot. So we're just going to do... I'm going to do morph modified asset save, and then we're going to do prop save, because I don't trust myself. Going to do that, and do this, and click on that, and accept that. And then we're just going to do the same thing for this, and accept that. This way I know all of this work has been saved. Now we're going to save you as a figure prop asset. We've got the top, and we are in the MetaMuse folder. That's not where we need to be. We need to be down here. We're going to go to the beach party. And you are Sporty Swim. Sporty Swim. Sporty Swim right there. People, Genesis 9, clothing, me, Aqua Swim, and you are the top. Yep, I want to replace that. There we go. We'll just double check. I am. There's the product. That's the right thing. And we'll set this to swimwear top. So your wardrobe, swimwear, top. Yeah, I have a whole bunch of her stuff too. Used to be able to pick her stuff up at really good prices, and she had so much stuff to choose from. Okay, this is the bottom. Yep, same thing. Bottom, bottom, category, swimwear bottom. Bottom, accept that, away it goes. Alright, I'm going to just hit a little, here, let's dial in our girly shape. Oh, it's dialed in already, never mind. Alright, I'm going to set that to start rendering. And while that's happening, we're going to go clean up the data drive. Or the data folder for this. Get rid of all those morphs I don't want anymore. Projects. Okay, now we're doing our beach party. Once you create a data folder, the only way to get rid of it is actually go delete it out of the drive. You can't just delete it in Daz and save, because the file is sitting out there and I'll just bring it back. Yo, Napsmore, how are you doing? So Sporty Swim, data, me, Aqua Swim. We are looking at the Genesis 9 versions, so I'm going to start with this one right here. Morphs, we'll clean up Genesis 8 on Saturday. Oh no, what's in here? Did I just save something in the wrong spot? That says 913. That says 826. That makes me think I saved some stuff in the wrong spot. I probably can get rid of this. This is accidental garbage. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that and I'm just going to stick it over here in my whip folder. And then we're going to come in here and I'm going to get rid of all these morphs that I don't need in here. So there we go. I did not touch any of these up, so I don't need to save them. They'll just auto-generate. So, and there's those body morphs that we touched up, so I'm going to keep those. Those are some more adjustment morphs. That's another body. Proportion smaller. I did not make that. I did not work on that one. And these are a whole bunch of correctives right through here. We're just going to get rid of those. These are a bunch of character morphs that got auto-generated. So we're just going to get rid of all of that. Okay. So now we're going to clean up the top. Morphs. Me. Base. I didn't screw up and save, so this one should be good. So there is that. Those are my adjustment morphs. Those are some character morphs I don't need. We're going to keep the feminine. Those are the body morphs we want to keep. These are the chest morphs. Let's expand. These are more adjustment morphs. That is another body morph. Those are pectoral morphs. These are corrective morphs. Those will just get, I haven't done anything to those, so I can get rid of those. They will be auto-generated. Those are control morphs. We want to keep those. And these are character morphs I don't need. So we're going to clean all of that. Saves a little bit of file size. Okay, so there we go. We've cleaned up the extraneous morphs out of the top and the bottom, and we're going to call it a day. Here's how my render's looking. Oh, I need to tweak my, I'm getting this little jaggedy, and it just comes from the way I've triangled things. We can smooth that out. And then I'm going to resave that. So we'll do that when we come back. That mesh is a little thin. I think I'm going to redo that mesh to be thicker, actually. So we're going to play with that. So thank you all for being here. We're going to call it a day. We're going to go over and say hi to our friend Outernet. I think it's something like that. There you go. So check them out. They're a super cool cat. I'm going to just take a peek and see if my YouTube is still working. I've lost my YouTube. It's somewhere over there. There's a color namer. Is it anywhere near there? Nope. Is it here with Marvelous Design? No, there it is. I see it. I see it. There's YouTube. And there's my chat. And look at that. All my stuff is coming over. Yay. Alrighty. Oh no, don't smooth it out. Make it with... No, I don't want to do barbed wire. That's not what it's supposed to look like. It's going to be smooth. I'm going to make it smooth. We have the technology. So anyhow, thank you all for being here. Appreciate it. We've got raid calls. I will be back Saturday, 1 p.m. We will be picking up this outfit. Things to do. We are done setting up the textures, so we're actually going to get them on here as materials. I have to clean up the Genesis 8 version. We still have to make special morphs. Those are everybody's favorites. And a whole bunch. I'm going to redo this mesh, though. It's a lot lighter than what I really want. So anyhow, thank you all for being here. I hope you all have a good rest of a Thursday or Friday for those of you on the happy side of the planet. Let's do the things. Hey, I have a disc rod. Feel free to join. If you put something in the gallery, we will share it on Saturdays at 8 p.m. on the Saturday Night Social. We have rate calls. Sorry, YouTube. Don't pay attention, YouTube. I should say bye to YouTube, but I'm going to be cruel. Anyhow, if you can join the raid on Twitch and you're not a subscriber, use that. This is for the subs. You can use the sub raid call. And yeah, I think that's it. So anyhow, I'm going to say bye to YouTube. Thanks for being there, Art, and anybody else who popped in. So we're going to go over here and okay, now we can talk bad about YouTube. Anyhow, let's go over and say hi to Outernet. Let me bring him up first, though. It's always a mistake to just raid somebody without making sure they're there. Outernet. There we go. So our good friend Outernet is one of the coolest cats on the planet. He is doing, it says art, but it looks like he's doing some improv music. Something like that. Anyhow, let's go over and say hi. He's a super cool cat. I hope you can join the raid and say hi. Anyhow, yeah. I already said goodbye. Yeah, hasta la vista, baby. I should start the raid.